students with 80 percentage, 85 percentage struggle to get a decent college in India. Believe me, you can get maybe among the top 1,000 universities even with this your 65 70 percentage. Hello friends, my name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm a founder and CEO of Alif, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career, to discuss the topic that is important for you and for your career. Today's topic is very important and very relevant. Today's topic is study abroad options after 12th arts, commerce, and science background. Just to give you a brief introduction, Alif is a tech company offering study abroad options of 200 plus universities across 14 plus countries in this world. We have counseled over 23,000 students so far, so we have got enough experience to guide you for your better career options. We are going to cover the three important areas. One is what are the new age specialization. Second topic would be common mistakes which people should avoid, students should avoid, parents should avoid while selecting the right course, right college, and right country. And the third topic would be the study abroad options for admissions and what facts and myths which you might be carrying along with you. And we would like to have a clarification on that. The first thing is about the conventional courses. Now, after 12th, now you have got your results. Congratulations for your marks, whatever you have scored based on the efforts which you must have put in. So people who studied really very hard, must have got the better results with the marks which you must have got to decide now after doing this 12th from arts, commerce, or science, what area should we select, which program should we go for, what is the scope and opportunity in certain areas. And in fact, the very best and very basic question is that what kind of courses are available in this new age world which we are entering into, and what would be the right option for me. The first and foremost head would be the computer and IT. So students who are coming from science background and commerce background, depending upon certain specialization, the computer and IT courses could be available for you. We know that traditionally we have got the courses which relates with computer science, computer engineering, and BTech we used to do. But let's look at some new age program which have come up recently. Every time you read in the newspaper that the data have been hacked of XYZ company, whether it's a multinational financial sectors or gaming industries, you name the company, even the social media giants, they have got their data hacked. So there is a huge requirement for cyber security professionals in order to safeguard the data onto the internet. This is again going to be a very important area to specialize if you are looking for a career in computer and IT, and especially in the today's date whereby we are entering into a world which is transforming itself from being a physical world to a virtual world. And hence, keeping that in mind, of course, this particular area looks very, very promising. Since the crimes rates are increasing on a virtual world also now, and hence ethical hackers are really, really in demand. So as we are living in a real world and we are talking about the different laws which we got to follow as a citizen or as a person who is living in that country, similarly, how should you behave, what should you do, what you should not do, is also being drafted, and this is becoming a cyber law. So you can be an expert of cyber law. Another program could come as an automation analyst, the person who constantly helps the company to automate the system. Then quantum data analysis, big data, data science. This is all related to data, that how do you handle the data. And data in today's world, friends, is the king. You have a data, you can start up your own company. You have a data, you can help other organization to make use of that data to offer their product and services to the customers or to the end users. And again, this is a huge, big demand field whereby we are seeing a lot of students are joining this course. And of course, the UI UX designer, as we are more spending our time onto the digital world, the need for making the digital experience conducive for the customers to consume the data is also a very important thing. Now, moving from computer to management, that finance, marketing, HR could be the very traditional courses which are still existing and will always probably exist. But adding to that, the new age management courses have been introduced, which could be like supply chain management, or within supply chain, or as an extension to supply chain, a lead management. That's another very important program. Then design consultant, which you can go and specialize into. Then influencer marketing itself is becoming another specialization. Then waste management, recycling, and then eco-friendly products and services. And this is where the waste management. So the world is moving slowly and gradually towards reducing the waste, but whatever waste has been already produced, how to manage that waste is also a very interesting field and very futuristic management program. Then you can also look into the e-retail management. So we had the retail sectors already. Now we are getting onto the e-retail sector. So everything you can buy online. We are already doing it for last many years, and there are new courses have come up in this particular area. Then we talk about within management the luxury brand management. That's again a very fresh new course for last few years, wherein students can learn about how to understand the luxury, how to pitch for luxury, why luxury brand or luxury products are so expensive, what goes behind the scene, and who are the buyers who buy for the luxury products. So it could be dealing with hotel industry, it could be dealing with fashion, it could be dealing with real estate, again in the luxury terms. So again, this is the course which can be applied to various industry, because many times you want to comprehend that if I do this course, how am I going to apply this course in the real world, and what kind of career opportunity would be there. So for the management, the hospitality and event management, being a typical hotel management courses, now hospitalities have been offered with entrepreneurship, with event management, hospitality with luxury brand management, hospitality with resort and spa management. So there are different facets which have been introduced within the hospitality, and you can experiment hospitality if you are really a person who wants to be connected with the people, with the outside world. Also related to this is a culinary management or sometimes culinary arts, wherein if you want to be a chef, you want to have a professional course so that you can run a restaurant, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a chef in the Michelin star restaurant or the hotel, then definitely that's a course again in culinary. Friends, there are lots of options available within the management. Now moving to engineering program. Again, traditionally you have mechanical, electrical, electronics, telecommunication, production, chemical engineering. These are the very basic traditional engineering courses. Again, it's going to be there for long term. But let's look at what are the new age engineering courses and how they are attracting the attention of not only the students, but also this is the demand of an industry to offer these courses, because the industry demands to have the professionals who have specialization within this field of engineering. So let's quickly look at what are the engineering courses. So one is the algorithm bias management, which is a part of engineering and management. You can talk about the smart home design. So thanks to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, now the space transportation is going to open for the public, and soon you will see that people are traveling as we are traveling to other countries also to space. So again, space transportation is going to be a big industry within engineering field, and you want to have a look at that course. Drone management. So already experiments have been done. Already Amazon have tested the drones to deliver the packets in Australia and in US. So, already some cities have got their services started. So very soon you're seeing that the drones are flying around you and in the sky to deliver the food packets or delivering the products at your places. So not only for delivery, but of course drones are used for various reasons, for observation, for security. Drone are used for even in the farming sector. So there are so many things which can be done through drone. So that's again a very interesting field which you would like to specialize. Then medical technology, those who are interested into engineering field and are fascinated towards the technology which gets involved in the hospital industry or into the laboratory industry, then you would want to look at the medical technology course. Similarly, renewable energy, sustainable renewable energy has been talk of the town. Germany and other countries are really the market leader, and you really want to look at this particular course which has been offered now by worldwide universities. And the world is moving towards consuming less natural resources, or maybe getting into more renewable resources, recycling. So this is a part of engineering which you would like to have a look at. And the last sector which you're going to see is the science, wherein by having a normal courses like physics, chemistry, biology, or maths, you can also get into gene programming. Biohackers is again, that biohacking is another course whereby you can see the different biology aspect of humans and different species. Then marine science and oceanology. So it also relates with the marine life conservation, the ongoing situation which is relevant to the COVID, public health management. So the public health management is going to go towards a very new development, and there are a lot of professions would be required here. Entomology and immune system, and how to improve your immune system is going to be for next coming all lots of years and decades a very important course for you to specialize within science. Then flavor chemistry is again a very interesting course if you really want to learn about how to use the different formulation of chemistry. A very interesting way of presenting the food. In the food industry, it's been experimented a lot, and the restaurants have got a lot of customers, especially for this particular purpose of flavoring the food with a new combination which they use, because thanks to chemistry expertise. So these are the courses, friends, which could be the future in the science field. Some of the programs like filmmaking in the creative arts, creative writing, television and broadcasting is always going to be in demand programs when it comes down to arts. And there are lots of contemporary writing, and you have got creative paintings, journalism could be the different programs. But these are the new age programs which we have focused. Courses whereby the maths would not be a compulsory subject. In abroad, you can also take different majors. Like you can take majors in science and minors in some non-scientific courses, and you can definitely avoid taking maths because is easily can be done in abroad with so many options available. So you can contact us for more information, and then our counselor would be more than happy to assist you. That how do you select out of these many options which we have discussed? The common mistakes to avoid, and students and the parents, the first common mistake what they make is how to choose these courses. Taking the public opinion, asking the friends, asking the relatives, going out in the family and taking their suggestion. Of course, good for taking the suggestion, but the more different suggestion you get from these sources, or even going and asking to Google, the more generic and more different answers. You ask 10 people what to do, and they will give you at least 8 different answers. So then what you get to do is that once you get all these suggestions, you're more confused than what you were earlier. And then what you do, you ask yourself, or you say that mujhe lagta hai. This is again a very, very dangerous statement, because then it followed by that should I go for engineering or science? Again, these two are completely two different fields, and require two different set of skills for you to pursue either of these options. और मुझे लगता है मैं पहले कॉमर्स ट्राई करूं या तो फिर आर्ट्स जाऊं. तो हमारा जो लगना है बेसिकली we are not very sure what we want to do, and in that case we get confused. When we get confused, we ask outsiders, we get more confused, and outsiders would give the reply based on their experiences, based on their knowledge about that particular industry. You ask a banker, he would always suggest you something around commerce, CA, finance. You ask any engineer, he would always talk from the engineering background point of view. That's the reason why the best thing is that approach to the career counselor. Not even the teachers, with due respect to all the teachers, but they would also be having a very expertise into a particular field. They may not have a knowledge about all the courses which are available. So best thing is that as we approach when we are ill to a doctor for advice and for consultation, same thing when you are confused for your career, the right doctor for you is a career counselor. So approach to any career counselor, come to Alif, but please do not go for a general opinion and look for a expert opinion. Usually any good career counselor would suggest you to take a test, same like a doctor. Doctor would like to test you, check you, right? Or if it is little severe, that will ask you to take some tests before he could suggest you something. Same thing career counselor must do, that you should be taking a test in order to assess what? 3 things. Number 1 is your personality, that what kind of personality you have. Number 2, aptitude. What kind of aptitude you have and towards what kind of subjects. And number 3 is interest. So personality, aptitude, and interest. If all these 3 areas are tested, then you will be in a better position with that result to take up the right course in a right country. Go for this test, get yourself clear, because this test results will give you 99% accurate conclusion, and then you can take that conclusion further to decide a particular course for you. So the popular incorrect way is to go for a public opinion or go for Google, and unpopular but correct way is to go for a career counselor, take a test, attend the counseling post test, and then you're through to take the right option. Now we quickly come down to the last part, is the study abroad admission facts and myths. So if you want to, suppose you're clear what you want to do, you have taken this test, you have looked at this new age program or conventional programs, and now you want to see that how can I get the admissions in abroad universities. So let's see what are the common facts and common myth which usually students and parents carry. The number one is people think that admission in abroad is as competitive as here in India, because in India we always see, that getting into IITs is very difficult. You prepare for 2 years, or getting into IIM post graduation is very difficult. But in abroad, the relief point is that you do not necessarily need to take a competitive exam. There's only one English test generally for all the countries, majorly for all the universities, which you have to go for. So it's not really as competitive as you would see here in India. In abroad, it's largely the English test, and basically the kind of students we help them. We have got the audience or students who scored anywhere between 55, 60 percentage to 90 percentage. So these are the kids we really help them out in order to get into the best university without getting into the hassle of any other competitive test. So friends, you are very sorted out that you don't have to take largely any other test. Now the process is also very easy in abroad as compared to India. It may be lengthy, but it's very clearly defined. So for that, you can rely on to Alif expertise, that how to apply to different university, how to identify first different university, that all a counselor would be able to help. Also, the admission is very much based on to a very important aspect of your application, your motivational letter. Sometimes it is called essay, sometimes it is also called statement of purpose. So you got to really convince the university that why should they allow you to join their university. So how to prepare that SOP, what should be there inside the SOP, that again we guide all the students. These are the very important thing which you want to keep in mind if you really want to apply to foreign university. Apart from that, percentage wise, a university could be flexible to take you even at the percentage of 60, 65, 70, which we know here in India. I mean, you can't expect with this percentage any good college or university, but you can get into these kind of universities even with your mediocre percentage, and really don't have to worry about scoring 95 or 90 plus. So that's about admission. Let's go to the budget. Many people have got, again, a myth that going abroad is always very expensive, which is not. From 5 lakhs to 20 lakhs a year, all inclusive, your tuition, food, accommodation. Depending upon which country and which college you choose, you can spend 5 lakhs to 20 lakhs. So that's a budget range which you can expect if you want to study in abroad. Some of the colleges and university in Malaysia, for example, UTM Space, which ranks among the top 100 for most of the courses in the world. In fact, IIT students go for exchange program to that university. Now, getting into IIT would be difficult even with 85 percentage and good entrance exam score. But with your 75, 80 percentage without competitive exam, you can get into that UTM Space University in Malaysia, which ranks much higher than IIT Bombay. So friends, that's how it could be very easy. Its only thing is that you need to know the right options available. The information is more important. If you have a right information, you can take the right decision. So 5 to 20 lakhs, all inclusive 1 year fees could be your budget depending upon how much you want to spend. Then living expenses, as I said, it's all inclusive, but living expenses can also be covered through part-time earning. So you can earn by working part-time during the or weekends or evening time, and then you can cover your living expenses. That further reduces your budget. Then also students are allowed to do internship, work placements or co-op program during the study period. So if it is a paid internship, then you also have a chance to earn money, which further can reduce down your budget. Now let's talk about the scholarship. First of all, the word scholarship derived from scholar. So now we think that scholarship means you got to be scholar and then only you get this scholarship, which could be true in India, but in abroad, it's not necessarily the way to look at. Scholarship could be available for students who has got 95 percentage also, and also it could be available for students who may have scored 60, 65, because a lot of times scholarships are given on first come first serve basis. So if you comply with the admission formality, if you are eligible to apply for the admission, automatically student would be eligible to apply for the scholarship. Last thing is about the countries open. So people are thinking that since COVID is there, people can't travel, so how can we travel abroad? But yes, COVID restrictions are applied to the normal visitors, but students visa is open, and now almost all the countries are getting opened up. So Dubai, US, UK, Ireland, Switzerland, Germany. These are the countries which are already open for international students. Students are traveling and joining the universities. Universities are offering mostly now hybrid education model, wherein, say 5 days a week you go for 3 days on campus and 2 days you study online. So likewise, hybrid model have been introduced, and from September, October onwards, a lot of universities are expected to introduce a full-fledged offline courses. Especially country like Switzerland has already started offering without any restriction offline courses. It means you can go into the campus and complete your education, entire education at the moment by sitting in the classroom physically. So that's a good news. And other countries like France and Canada are getting open in next 1 or 2 months. So again, the students who are going for September, October batch, or maybe January batch, you would be eligible to study offline. Unlike India, wherein admission happens throughout the country only once in a year, in abroad the admission happens 3, 2, or 4 times in a year. So you may have other questions like, now how to apply abroad, what's the process, what's the visa process, how do I get the education loan, how do I arrange accommodation. For all these things, you can consult with us, and we'll be more than happy to connect you and to with the university and take care of your all requirements of studying abroad. So friends, with this I would like to conclude the session. So last question remains that what about Alif? So yes, we are among the top 10 most recommended overseas education consultant by Insight Success in 2020. We also have been selected as the best consulting leaders in 2020 by a very reputed Knowledge Review magazine. We have counseled 23,000 students so far. So we have a huge number of testimonials and experience to share with you and to help you in the right direction. So I hope that you find today's session on study abroad options after 12th, arts, commerce, and science interesting and informative. If you have any question, please contact us on our helpline number. That's 9987099890. Or you can visit our website, www.alif.in. So my name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alif, signing off with promise to come back again, enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited.